How are we going, everyone? I'm just playing with our potting mix. This is our potting mix. We've been working on it almost every day, working on the blend. What you're seeing here is rice hull, the husk of the rice, that is, the grain. We've got our compost, we've got our charcoal in here, we've got our superfood, we've got our black grit in here, and there's cocoa pith as well mixed into it, and a little bit of manure. This is one of my, if not my favourite blends. Look at that, it forms. I'm going to squeeze it really hard. Look at that, and if I grab it, it just crumbles away. So it won't go hard in a pot, and it's excellent in the ground as well, because I use it as a planting mix. Hence why I call it a planting mix, because it's not just for pots, it's for ground. There's raised beds and everything like that, and it's available online at click and collect only, because it weighs at least, I reckon, about 12 kilos. It's available. Now what I'm going to do with this is pot up. I've got this Calathea. We've gone into a new range of indoors. We've got some beautiful plants that have come out now. I'm enjoying the colours because there's not enough colour during the winter period inside especially. This is Calathea orange, and I'm just going to make sure this doesn't fall over. Get the balancing right. I'm going to hold it like that. Now I just got these in. They're in a squat 7-inch pot. Not quite an 8-inch pot or 200ml pot, but it's a squat. And sure enough, fresh plants, but they are growing super fast, and that is a web of roots, literally nowhere else to go. So we're going to pot these up. I'm going to pot them up into a 10-inch, or I think that's about a 10-inch. And look, they're just about to fill the sides. We've got about 2 inches on either side of that. I'm not going to tease the roots out on these either, because I haven't done a lot with the Calatheas, and I'm sure they're pretty tough if you live up in Queensland and other parts of Australia where it's nice and warm and they grow wild. But down here in the cold, and I haven't got a heating environment in my bedroom, except I can take them in the bedroom, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be gentle with them for now, and I reckon with this potting mix, they're not going to need to be teased out. They'll just find their way out into the new soil that we've got here for them. So we put a little bit at the bottom, always a little bit at the bottom. Don't pack it down yet. And what you need to do is measure the pot size. Now that's way too deep. I always work to about 4 centimetres, 5 centimetres below the rim, maximum on the large pots. On the smaller pots, only 2 centimetres. You've got a bit of a guide there. See the little rim there? That's an indicator that tells you, you can stop there if you like, but the maximum you go is about there as far as filling it up with soil. So this should sit just below, or above the bottom ring, and below those top grooves that we've got there. So about there is where we're going to position it. So we've got a heap to put underneath there. So build it up. And don't use crappy soil. We buy a beautiful plant, and then we go look for the cheapest soil to put it in. And then when it doesn't grow or goes backwards, we start complaining and saying your plant's terrible. If you go to those big chain stores, yeah, you can replace it every time you kill one, but not for the little independents. We're trying to make a little living out of that, and we want to give you the right advice and the right product. So if you're going to spend 20, 30 bucks on a plant, spend at least 10 bucks on a potting mix, $10, $12 on a bag of potting mix. When you start buying potting mix for 4 bucks and 5 bucks, the packaging and the labor it costs that much. So what are you getting inside it? Do you ask yourself the question, what's inside that? Well, the only one way you're going to find that is by buying some of that crappy stuff, planting your plants. If they grow, lucky you. If they don't, well, more times than not, you'll have problems with it, and you'll always have to supplement the soil or the potting mix with it. All right, so we've potted this up. See what I've done? I've just topped it up all the way around. And let me just put this down, get it out of the way. So when you press it down, this is all I do from the outside. You can use your thumb, you can use your fingers, and I'm pressing on the outside rim, not in the middle to squash the plant down. I'm firming down the soil on the outside, and that's as much as it needs, really. And there you are. Now, this is the better view there where you're looking at it, but I actually like that side there, the colour, the red leaf underneath that, or the burgundy leaf that it is, with the green on top. And as always, give it a liquid feed as soon as you finish potting up. This is our Eco Butch Liquid Gold that I'm using. And let it soak in beautifully. It's going down. There we are. This will hold its moisture because of the cocoa pith that we got in there, folks. That's all you need to do. So As we get closer to springtime, all things are growing. Any plant that you've got in the pot or ground that needs attention, now's the time to start taking care of it. Repotting especially, get yourself some quality potting mix, pick your favourite glazed pot if you want, or just another plastic pot. Repot them, give them a trim, give them a feed, and give them a burst of life again. So as spring comes, you get some beautiful flowers on top. Now today is our grafting day workshop that we're having, folks. I don't know if there's any seats left, because by the time we're filming this, it was only a handful. They may be all sold out, but there's no harm in checking. Go online to vasiliesgarden.com. Book your seat in to come in at 10:30 or at 1 o'clock with Craig Cashry, talking all things grafting. Did I say gardening workshop? Well, it's a grafting workshop. If I said gardening, my apologies. It's grafting on all things about fruit trees and ornamental trees, and obviously any other general gardening questions if you have, we'll be there to help you with it. Also, our winter weekend sale, 33% off everything. Use the coupon code word winter and watch the price get slashed right down. It's all at vasiliesgarden.com. From me, Vasily, Maresi.